What up, Chooms? KupoMagic is here. Now, I'm currently coming to you live from a temporary mobile setup out here in Portugal. But WeirdCo just blew the doors off the freaking Cyberpunk TCG community by revealing 20 new and reworked cards. So we're definitely going to sit here and go over these cards and what type of things I think can be good combinations for each card. So let's do it. So we're going to kick things off with some pure crazy aggression. From the new cards or the reworked cards that we've seen, let's start off with Voice. Voice, Psycho on the Edge, this is your main win condition for most of your aggro decks. He features Go Solo keyword, letting you drop him directly onto the field as a ready unit for 6 eddies to completely ignore summoning lag. On your turn, he gains a massive 2+ power for each piece of equipped gear. There's a lot of gear in this game, so it will not be hard to get him big. Then of course you got Dum Dum Caliber, your support network. Caliber cleans up the early game by defeating a rival unit costing 2 or less to play. Dum Dum lets you tap to sacrifice a friendly gear to draw 2 cards. Ensuring your hand never runs dry. No one likes an empty hand, right? Just saying. He also has a quick ability that lets you play 1 eddy to buff a unit's power based on its equipped gear at instant speed. Bonkers, bro. Then you got, of course, the River Ward card. Shout out to River Ward, NCPD legend. Anyway, even though he's in CPD, he slots here perfectly though. His quick ability lets you tap him to play a gear, costing 2 or less, for your hand or go completely for free. And then of course you got the Riding Nomad and Gorilla Arms. Perfect speed package. Riding Nomad has adrenaline, let it attack the turn it's played. And then of course you can slap the new Gorilla Arms on it for 3+ power. Gorilla Arms is a unique passive. The first time a unit steals a gig each turn, you steal a second rival gig of a value not shared by yours. In the new rules, of course, where you need 7 gigs, we need all the gigs we can get. So I think this is a perfect setup of cards that go greatly together and are based on pure aggression. All right, then I came together with my current favorite of the card setups combination is Arasaka Netrunner Control. Yo, that Atom Smasher is nuts. And the new art on the Atom Smasher for that card is crazy. So the Atom Smasher, Metal over Meat, the card we've all been waiting for, right? It's 9 cost, big old meaty 15 power absolute monster, right? And then his play effect is simple. Basically, you just defeat all other units. It's just get out of here. You're done. It's the ultimate tactical meat reset button for control decks to clear out an opponent's aggression board states. And then of course you're gonna go with the Voodoo Sentinel. Beside, if Smasher is your board wipe, Poseid is basically your targeted removal. An 8 cost 10 power unit that lets you discard a program on play or attack to bottom deck a rival unit. Bottom decking completely bypasses death triggers, making it incredibly clean removal. Then of course you know we got Alt Cunningham. Don't want to mess with this woman, she'll fry your brain. This is how you fuel your programs. She taps to reduce the cost of your next program based on your lowest gig die value. More importantly though, she can pay 1 eddy and tap her to cast a program directly out of your trash, recycling your best tactical options. Nothing better to reuse in certain programs or spells in the card game, so definitely really good. And then of course you got Goro and freaking Hanako, of course Arasaka. Goro provides the ultimate defensive wall, allowing you to play 1 eddy at instant speed to grant blocker to any unit costing 4 or less, which is amazing. And Hanako basically handles your card selection. Whether you search the top 4 cards of your deck on play and add any cards to your hand whose costs match your current friendly gig values. Having the flexibility of different options, it's always really good. You know, you want to have any options so basically you can adapt to most of the situations. Then of course, I think to go along with all this, we got Cyberpsychosis. This 3 cost quick hack now features the brand new quick keyword, meaning you can cast it on your opponent's turn. It grants an equipped unit 3+ power for each of its gears, but dooms it of course to be defeated at the end of the turn if it fights or steals. It is the perfect defensive trap card to force an opponent into losing the trade. Blast Cannon anybody? Blast Cannon. Alright, of course the final one that I put together archetype is basically all about the tempo lovers, the resource manipulation, the flexibility. This style of course is the Merc Doll and Corbo tags. So let's check it out. Then we got V Street Kid. You know, we just at the beginning of the video of the podcast, we saw the new V card. Of course it has a Go Solo and a call ability that trashes 3 cards to fetch a brain dance program from your trash to your hand. So V being able to fetch a program from the trash is always convenient. Some of these programs are crazy, so I definitely like to do V art. I'm definitely pro. Actually, I like both V's personally, but anyway, back on track. Anyway, to go with that, of course, we got the new Jackie Wells edit and the after party at Lizzie's. This is your dice, engine basically. The first time you play a blue unit or green, or sorry, not green, a blue unit or a gear each turn, Jackie lets you decrease a friendly gig value by 2 instead of going up by 2. It used to be up, I believe. If it hits a minimal value, you draw a card. You combine that with a good old Lizzie Wizzy, at 1 cost Brain Dance that adjusts a gig value by 1 and it draws you a card if you control 2 gigs with different values. Should not be hard to do. It's cool to kind of see, we're starting to see those cards that are basically downgrading your dice to basically allow you to get an effect. So that's really awesome. And then of course, to go with that, of course, we have Carrie, Uridine, and of course, Meredith Stout. Carrie, of course, capitalizes on high dice values. If you control a gig with an 8+ value, you can tap him to draw 2 cards. That's always good. Draw value is always great. Meredith Stout acts as your insurance policy. She's a blocker that hits harder against legends. And whenever an opponent messes with your gig values, she lets you pull a card from your trash right back into your hand. Then, of course, we got the Evelyn Parker to go with this group. I love that new art. The ultimate tempo piece. When a friendly corporal or a ganger steals a gig, she readies 1 eddy for you. Even better, you can pay 1 eddy and tap her to force a rival unit to attack next turn if able, allowing you to force their high-value utility units straight into your freaking waiting blockers. Then, of course, we got the La Venganza, your closing threat. When this 5-cost unit attacks, you can pay 2 eddies to give him power equal to your highest friendly gig value. If you got a 12 or a 20 cent on your board, he turns into an unstoppable freight train. So definitely something to be careful of, and don't allow yourself to get in that position. If you can control the dice somehow, do it. Okay, so that's my input on the cards and basically any ideas that I could think of at the moment. Again, I am away from home, away from my setup, so please forgive me if the audio is not good or something is off. It is only temporary. But looking at, that's me basically giving the first reaction and my input on the cards and the redos that was revealed today. It's clear that WeirdCo, this great company is building a game with massive depth and complex action, economies and incredible flavor wins and awesome new ways to use dice. So personally, I'm already freaking excited, to mess around with the Maelstrom Gear engine with Royce. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about these new cards? What are your inputs? What things are you going to build? What things do you want to touch? Do you like the redos? Do you want the old stuff back? Let me know. I need to hear from y'all. I really do. Drop in the comments something. But if you enjoyed this video at all, please like the video, which is greatly appreciated. That simple click means so much. And then if you want to, see some future content from Cyberpunk TCG, please hit the sub button. I appreciate it. Take care, chooms. See you in a nice city.